If you're an FFL or you just like juicy FFL gossip, this video is for you. And the lifespan of its relevance is extremely short, like maybe a couple of weeks. I strongly recommend you share this video with any FFL you know. So what's going on? If you're not familiar with John Crump, this is his channel right here. I strongly recommend subscribing to him. I know a lot of people don't like him for a lot of different reasons. The fact is, he has enough money where he could be on a beach, drinking margaritas and banging senoritas. He's doing this not for a financial purpose, but because he legitimately cares, or at least he's really good at convincing me he legitimately cares. Anyway, he always tracks the ATF and sees what's going on. They're about to mail out some letters to FFLs very soon. Now, it's not clear if all FFLs are going to get it, if there's going to be a select amount. Don't know. The point is, they're about to send this questionnaire to FFLs and gunsmiths and ask these things. Number 1, do you have 80% receivers? And then there's follow-up questions. If you answered yes, how many do you have? They want to know how many chunks of aluminum are in your shop. Number 2, what will you do with them? And I'll post the actual questions right here because these are just small versions that I can fit on my board. What will you do with them? Okay. Question number 3, can you serialize them and how long will it take? And then they got a similar question to gunsmiths. Do you ever work on what they call PMFs? Partially finished firearms. Do you work on them? Are you able to serialize them? What's your plans should this rule pass on what you're going to do with them? So what does this all mean? Why is this relevant and why is this so incredibly time sensitive? My take on this is a compliance test. They want to see if they change unfinished receivers into a firearm. They're legally considered a firearm now. How many people are going to comply, and what are they going to do with them? Now, this is extremely important. I need you guys to go out there and spam all the lawyers that are actually on YouTube with my video so they can give us the correct answer. A lot of FFLs just can't go and talk to a lawyer like, hey, I got this from the ATF, what should I do with it? Side note, because I mean, just imagine if every FFL marks down, no, we don't deal with 80% receivers, so they don't have to put down the wrong answer. And then they show all these to Congress and they're like, see, like, nobody messes with 80% receivers. It's not a big deal. Let us make those a firearm because it's not going to affect anyone anyway. So is it the wrong answer to put down, no, we don't mess with 80% receivers? Or even if you don't have 80% receivers, is it a good idea to say, yes, we have them, then go buy one and put one in the store so you're not lying? And this is how we would handle it. Seriously, what should FFLs be putting down on this piece of paper? This is on you, internet lawyers, because yes, it is kind of firearm related because ultimately that part could be turned into a firearm, but it makes no sense. They have no business asking about that. It'd be like the ATF sending me a letter, hey, in your videos we notice you drink Mountain Dew cans. We want you to fill out this questionnaire. What do you do with the Mountain Dew can when it's finished? Is it A, placed in the proper recyclable, B, thrown in the trash can, C, turned into a sexual stimulation device? They have no business asking about this Mountain Dew can. This Mountain Dew can is as relevant as an 80% receiver. An 80% receiver is not a firearm. They have no business asking about it. Or it'd be like them sending me a letter asking about this machete. It's none of their business. And I would like to hear from a lawyer exactly how should an FFL reply to this. Because I just don't think you understand, I don't see an answer that could be given that wouldn't negatively affect the future. Because these are the possible answers. You answer no, then they could go in front of Congress and say, nobody has them, it's not a big deal, let us change the ruling on them. If you answer yes, well now you have a couple different categories. You are capable of serializing them, in which case they could go in front of Congress and be like, hey, people have these, but they're already set up to be serialized. Let us change the rule because it's not going to affect anyone anyway. If you answer yes, but no, I do not have the capabilities of serializing it, well then they go in front of Congress and be like, hey, people have these and it's such a big problem because nobody has the capabilities of serializing them. We need to make 80% receivers due to the fact that nobody can serialize them once they leave the manufacturer. Therefore, we need to handle this ahead of time because people have them and they use them, but they don't have the capabilities to put a serial number on it, so we need the manufacturer to serialize it itself. Like I said, I don't see an answer you could give to this questionnaire that wouldn't negatively affect the future. So again, I apologize I'm picking on you internet lawyers, but we legitimately need your help on this. Yeah, I can go talk to a lawyer. I have a bunch of connections. A lot of gun shops don't. They could be some mom and pop shop and all of a sudden they get this letter and they're like, crap. Jump on YouTube to see what they should do, and if there's no information out there, they're just going to make some shit up, which I feel would even make things worse. So again, please, give us some insight on how this should be answered. Because they're asking about something that the ATF has no control over. They have no say whatsoever until it becomes a firearm. Yes, ideally they're going to be changing the rule to turn it into a firearm, in which case then they would have some sort of control over it. But right now they don't. Those are not considered a firearm at all. So they have no business asking about it. They can't do anything about it. That is completely irrelevant to them. They should look at a piece of paper, and if it says 80% receivers there, I should automatically draw a black Sharpie mark over it, because that has nothing to do with them. It might have something to do with a person wondering about what kind of aluminum it's made out of, but not the ATF, because that's not a firearm. They are for firearms, tobacco, and alcohol. Not random shit that could be turned into a firearm. It has to actually be a firearm. Because, what would be the next step? Going to machine shops and requesting, how many, 6x2 blocks of aluminum they have? Can those be turned into a receiver? And should those be serialized? Do you know if the person buying them has an intent to make them into a receiver? It's kind of ridiculous. Like I said, they have no business asking about 80%ers. Now they change the rule and declare those as a firearm, then yeah, that starts to put it into their genre. So I would like to hear from you, hypothetical internet attorney. What should an FFL do in the event they receive this letter, or a gunsmith? Should they throw it in the trash can? Should they actually reply to it? What should they do? Because I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Definitely not giving legal advice. And if you take legal advice from me, you're stealing. So they're asking about stuff they have absolutely nothing to do with. It's not in their genre. It's not a part of their ATF umbrella. It's completely outside of it. How should the FFL reply? And typically when the ATF says, hey, you have 7 days to reply to this, they're serious about it. So what do you do? Anyway, please, again, share this with every FFL you know and every internet lawyer, because I would like some answers that an FFL can go and be like, oh my god, I got this letter from the ATF, what do I do with it? They type in the letter on the internet and there's a lawyer telling them the best legal course to take when receiving this letter. Because yeah, it'd be simple, just reply to it. How many do I have? I don't know, 0 or 1 million, doesn't really matter. Well, what will I do with them? Sell them. Can I serialize them? Yes. How long would it take? Write out an estimate of time. But the fact that we're replying to this, again, it seems like a compliance test. So my gut is telling me, don't reply to that. Just don't. But can the ATF attack me for not replying to it? What's going on here? Because this is something totally I would never have, conceived in my head. I don't have a plan for it. If we receive a letter, I don't know what to do with it. Do we just comply? Do we not comply? Should we write down answers? If we should write down answers, what should those answers say? I don't know. If somebody does wind up doing, an internet lawyer that specializes in guns makes a video on this, I'll put it in my community tab. So if you stumble across this video, go check my community tab. If there is a video, I will post it on there. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to Crump. Spam the internet lawyers with this video. Spam all your gun shop owners with this video so they know what the hell is going on. Because otherwise, possibly Monday, they could be caught totally off guard. So, 2 days, you got to get this out to them. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you'd like to help support the channel, I got my Patreon right there. I also have affiliate links down in the description. Just by clicking on those links, even if you don't buy what that particular link is for, just clicking on it and doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway. a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.